10% off everything feels generous until you realize you're training guests to wait for your absolute lowest prices before they walk through your door. Your job as a restaurant owner, in addition to providing great service, is to attract your diners to come back over and over. I've got 10 loyalty plays built around the two numbers that actually move the needle for full service restaurants: how often guests come back and how much they spend when they do. Each one drives early to midweek traffic as well as pushes average check higher, and you can launch any of them this week with nothing more than a QR code at the table. Idea number 1, second visit booster. When someone joins your loyalty program, they get starter points, but the first reward only unlocks after their second visit, not the first, the second. There's a principle called the endowed progress effect. People move faster toward a goal the moment they feel like they've already started. Here's how it can work in your restaurant. A new member scans a QR code at the table to join your loyalty program. As a bonus for signing up, they get 20 starter points, 1 point per dollar spent. The tier 1 reward is set as like a baby kale salad, redeemable at 100 points, and only unlocks after visit 2. Launch this week, a QR code at the host stand, and your loyalty setup requires a second check-in before that first reward clears. Tools like Lealtad app handle this automatically. Idea number 2, visit streaks. Getting someone back once is good. Getting them back twice in 2 weeks is creating habit. A visit streak means dine in twice within 14 days and earn a bonus reward on top of regular points. This runs on the goal gradient effect. People speed up as they get closer to a goal. If a guest dined in 8 days ago and gets a message saying they're 1 visit from their streak bonus, they start thinking about where they're eating this weekend. For instance, if you run a pizzeria, 2 visits in 14 days unlocks complimentary garlic knots with a $5 order. Cost to restaurants $2.75. Perceived value to the guest is way higher, and they're almost certainly ordering a pizza too. Launch this week, set up a streak tracker in your loyalty app, and on day 10, send a message saying they're 1 visit away from their bonus. Idea number 3, VIP tier. Your regulars are already your best customer. A VIP tier makes it official and makes them feel like insiders. Not bigger coupons, exclusive perks that cost you almost nothing, priority reservations, or sectioned off seating on a Friday or Saturday night, a welcome drink when they sit down. 74% of consumers say loyalty is about feeling appreciated, not just about discount. At your restaurant, if a customer hits 6 visits in 90 days, they get bumped up to VIP status. VIP members get a complimentary glass of wine on arrival and first choice of seating on weekend nights. The wine costs maybe $4 or $5. The feeling of being recognized in a restaurant full of people, that's what keeps them coming back. Launch this week, pick 1 perk under $5 and announce it personally to your top 20 guests. Once your VIPs feel like insiders, the next question is how you fill the nights when even your regulars stay home. Idea number 4, slow day multiplier. The biggest waste in full service isn't food cost, it's labor cost on a half-empty Tuesday. You forecast covers, staff accordingly, then 20% don't show. You're paying for a full house of labor on 40% capacity. Double or triple points on your slowest night fixes the demand side of that problem. One Reddit restaurant owner started messaging their guest list every Monday evening with a slow day offer. Within 3 months, Tuesday became their 3rd busiest day, going from 40% capacity to packed on a night that used to bleed money. Imagine for a second if you're a Thai restaurant. Every Tuesday, loyalty members earn double points on any dine-in order. Points cost nothing up front because they're redeemed later on high margin items. Some other ways to achieve this result include double points on any bottle, which pushes the average check up, since wine often carries a healthy margin. Launch this week, pick your slowest weeknight, set double points, message your list on Monday evening. Idea number 5, menu quest. Slow day guests who come for a double points night or a wine special are already in a spending mindset. Push that average check higher with a menu quest. This rewards guests for trying different categories across visits. Order an antipasto this time, a pasta next time, a dessert after that, and earn a complimentary item. 86% of customers prefer points redeemable for menu items over discounts. A specific dish feels like a gift instead of math. The play on this could be boosting loyalty points for ordering certain specified items on a specified day. Not only do the boosted points attract customers in, but it also gives them a reason to try a dish they may not have otherwise considered and gives you the bandwidth to iterate on menu faster. Launch this week, pick 4 dishes to rotate through in a given month. Focus on 1 per week. Give the quest a name and send the messages out to your customer. Idea number 6, bounce back reward. But what about the guest who just finished a great meal and is about to walk out the door for maybe 3 weeks? That's the moment to give them a reason to come back sooner. A bounce back is a limited time offer to come back. Something like come back within 7 days for a complimentary dessert. The guest has to come back to claim the offer within a close time frame. This goes back to John Taffer's 3 visit rule. When you get a customer into your restaurant 3 times, the statistic statistical likelihood that they remain a loyal regular shoots up by almost 40%. Launch this week, map out a bounce back offer for first-time visitors to come back within 2 weeks and create a messaging sequence to send them a reminder of the bounce back offer a few times within that window. Idea number 7, refer a friend credit. Every bounce back has one guest thinking about who they're bringing next. Capture that moment. Your existing member sends a referral link, their friend gets a credit on the first visit, and the referrer gets a credit after the friend dines. Give 10, get 10. 86% of loyal customers say they'll recommend a brand they love to friends and family, but most restaurants have zero system for capturing that word of mouth. It just floats away. Double points to both the referrer and the new customer, the friend. It's an easy win. That new guest drops $40 on their first order and is now in the same loop as the initial customer who brought them in. Launch this week, activate your loyalty program's referral feature and send one message to your list asking them to share. Idea number 8, lapsed guest trigger. And this is where most loyalty programs fall apart. Not every regular refers someone. The worst customer isn't the one who complains. It's the one who quietly never comes back. Not a bad experience, no bad review. They just fade away. A lapsed guest trigger automatically sends a timely offer when someone hasn't visited in 21 to 30 days. Not a discount, a complimentary item, or a boosted points offer. Activating a lapsed customer is cheaper than finding a new one. For instance, after 25 days with no visit, a guest gets a message from you. We've been thinking about you and want to see you again. Visit within 14 days and you'll receive an order of cannoli on us. $6.95 on the menu, high margin, and the guest feels remembered. Launch this week, set an automated trigger for 25-day inactivity. Pick a dessert or side as the lure. Idea number 9, surprise and delight. Here's the one your guests remember longest and post most about. A surprise and delight reward is random and unannounced. No earning, no points to track. Your server walks over and says, your dessert's on us. Variable rewards are the most powerful reinforcement pattern in behavioral psychology, and unpredictable generosity is exactly what guests pull out their phones to share. The trick is to make a big deal about it. You want it to be a phone-worthy moment. Not only is this customer pulling out their phone to take a picture, but so are your other customers. The guest didn't know it was coming, they can't believe it, and they tell their friends and family. That's a social media post you can't buy with an ad budget. Launch this week, pick one low-cost, high-perceived value item. Set a random trigger for every nth visit and let your servers deliver the news in person. Idea number 10, feedback equals bonus. Once you've surprised them, ask why they keep coming back. A feedback for bonus mechanic, after the visit, complete a quick 3-question survey, earn bonus points. 96% of buyers say customer service drives loyalty. Asking for feedback makes guests feel heard, which is its own kind of loyalty builder. Burger King offers a complimentary Whopper for completing a survey. How is the food? How is the service? What would make you come back sooner? This is information that will make every aspect of your business better. Completing it earns 50 bonus points. Launch this week, set up a free Google form or other survey, link it to a QR code at the table, and manually add bonus points when you see a response. 10 ideas, 0 blanket discount. Pick one, launch it this week, and track 2 numbers for 30 days. How often your guests come back and how much they spend each time. If you want a tool that runs all 10 on autopilot, check out the description for the Lil Todd app. Now, these 10 ideas will get your regulars back in the door, but there's one problem that keeps even the best loyalty programs from hitting their full potential: the Tuesday ghost town. You've got rewards, you've got members, but your staff is still standing around on a slow Tuesday and you're bleeding labor cost on 40% capacity. There's a specific trick restaurant owners are using right now to flip their slowest weekday shift into one of their busiest, and you can discover how to implement that in your restaurant by watching this video right over here.